EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Off we go from Indianapolis. Safe kick taken at the 5. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out, Greg, by the former Hoosier, the rookie quarterback from Indiana.
I don't think there's any way around it, Mike. I mean, this has been a disastrous start for this season. I know their expectations were clearly higher than how things have played out. At this point in the season, you just need to get a win. However it comes, whatever it looks like, you've got to change the energy in that building, because the only way to learn how to win in the NFL is to win.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. He'll drop to throw. Headed left, buying time. And nice work there. Go into a slide and gain about 7.
A 7-yard pickup.
From the 43. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 43-yard line.
They'll run it straight ahead now with Genty. And he'll be brought down at the 45. B.J. Hill shuts it down there.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So a conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
Now, faking the give. He finds DeAndre Hopkins for the catch. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
A gain of 19 yards. And an Oakland first down.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Colts are going to get the football here. They force the INT on the game's opening drive.
I think he chalked this one up, Mike, to just a rookie mistake. And anytime you have a young signal caller behind center, you're going to have to deal with some of these ups and downs. Every once in a while, they're just not going to see the coverage. They're going to get baited into making a bad throw. That's kind of par for the course. The key is, how fast can these rookie quarterbacks turn the page, move on, and not make the same mistake again?
Completing this one to downs. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards.
2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
Here we go, here we go.
At the 41-yard line.
A run with the former K-State product, DJ Giddens. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a first down.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
He'll go again with Giddens. Nice job pushing through the would-be tackler. Gain of about 3. 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. A gain of 4.
Let's go
it's now 2nd and 6.
60.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a
1st and 10.
Let's go.
And the Colts first down.
Play action now. It's Jones. The right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And he's not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
2nd and 9. At the Raiders' 45-yard line.
Now a play fake. Jones. Last pump. DJ Giddens. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
13 yards on the play. That's another Colts.
Jones now on first down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Work to do now as they come up on second and long.
At the 38-yard line.
Shotgun now for Jones. Over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And the Raiders have come up with it.
That was a great play by the defense, Mike. He got a little sloppy with ball security as he leaves the pocket. They're able to knock it loose and put an end to this drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's caught. It's the tight end, Brock Bowers. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
10 yards on the pickup.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll look to throw. They'll go right back to Bowers. He's got it again. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
14 yards.
A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raider first down.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go.
Now they'll set up to throw. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 10.
Here's a handoff to Genty. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and Fast might have even lost a yard there. Now the Raiders going to use the first of their timeouts. Talk things over before third down. Back to throw. Out of the backfield, it's Ashton Genty. And to be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. Quarter 2 begins. It is Raider football as they've got it with first and 10. In the red zone now. He'll drop to throw. That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 fourth time.
Let's go
At the
now.
Colts 8-yard line.
Here's Genty. And the Raiders are going to have first and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
5-yard gain on the play. That's another Oakland first down.
Genty will score. Touchdown, Raiders.
Touchdown, Oakland.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Anthony Gould now to return. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. The Colts offense ready to take over for their second possession. Greg, I love the evolution of the NFL. Every 3-4 years feels like things change a little bit. Right now it feels like we're in a running back, running game era. Does that make sense to you?
Absolutely, and the league has such a funny way of continuing to reinvent itself. Years ago, 15, 20 years ago, Mike, this was a running back-led league. It was play action. Quarterbacks were under center. And then what offenses realized was the best way to score points is to generate explosive plays. Get a bunch of yardage all at one time because it's very hard to sustain possessions in the NFL. So as a result, they said, okay, what's the best way to generate big plays? It's to throw the ball downfield. So it became a very pass-heavy league, and then now defenses have to answer. The days of the big defensive tackles, the 260-pound Mike linebackers, Everyone now on the field had to be able to defend space and defend the pass, and there was a lot more air on the field created by the defenses. So now, as a result, the offenses are saying, okay, we're throwing into all these bad looks, all these teams playing dime, multiple defensive backs. We're now going to take advantage of smaller bodies on the field, and we're going to run the ball at you. So the way I like to classify it is, like, offenses aren't running the ball more because they want to. Offenses are running the ball more because defenses are encouraging them to do that and saying, I dare you to run the ball 40 times this game and generate enough big plays to score enough points to beat me.
Schrader's kick is good. And the Colts are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into the hands of the rookie, Dante Thornton. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 26.
He'll look to throw. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. 3rd and a yard.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
They'll try to pick it up with Genty. First down and more to the 45. And he will finally be taken down. But not until he gets to the Colts' 31-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10.
First and 10 at the 30.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is hot. What a throw. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Raiders. That his 2nd TD catch of the season. And that is touchdown number 1 in the National Football League career of a guy, Greg, taken high in the draft, hoping for moments like that.
When you get drafted in the first round, Mike, let alone as a wide receiver, the expectation in the NFL today is that you need to come in and be an immediate impact player. Plays like this continue to build that relationship with the quarterback, and I think this guy's got a real bright future.
The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10.
Ready, set. Let go. Huh.
They fake the handoff. Now Jones. Left side, that is caught by Warren.
To number 84, Tyler Warren. Out of bounds at the 31-yard
2
line.
minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. 2nd down, they need 7.
Let's go.
From the gun, it's Jones. The throw on the run is complete. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line.
And the Colts first down.
Come on.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Tiger, 19, Tiger.
On first down, Jones. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
Jones to the air again. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Jones.
The pass. DJ Edwards on the tackle.
So, on 4th down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. Returnable from the 17. That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's a short one, caught by Bowers. They're trying to work quickly here and put the pressure on the defense.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31.
He'll drop to throw. Finding his tight end, Mayer. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have one remaining.
It's a gain of 3.
As they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go, Sack. Let's go.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short. He's got his man. That's Putin. This offense moving quickly, and they'll try to get set.
It's a gain of 8. And the Raider first down.
They'll look to throw again. That's into the hands of Horton. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
A gain of 15.
They'll look to throw yet again. Pass caught right side by Thornton.
Pass complete to Dante Thornton. A 7-yard pickup.
Halftime coming up. We'll get you down to Scott Hansen and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. The first month of the season has come and gone. It's the first weekend of October, our first week with buys on the schedule. Lots to unpack, so let's get into it. Our tour around the NFL starts now. We begin at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. The Rams at home to take on their NFC West rivals, the 49ers. And it's Brock Purdy hooking up with the Florida product, Ricky Pearsall. Why don't we go over to Charm City now? Check in on the Ravens as they host the Houston Texans. And this is Nico Collins. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield.
Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Gould on the return. A good return as he takes it across the 30.
We're 0-4.
The Colts offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The RPO, that one is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
On play action, it's Jones. And downfield, it is
Johnson
Downs
got
with
him.
the catch. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 29.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
On play action, it's Jones. Rolling right, he'll tuck it and take off. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
A gain of 22.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Giddens. And he'll get into the end zone. DJ Giddens. Touchdown, Indy. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His 1st NFL touchdown.
What?
And he'll take it in. Made the right read on the zone read. And tacking on 2 points. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, it is Trey Tucker. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line. The Raiders offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10.
Ready? Drop all 80. Take off.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd down, Genty. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
5-yard gain on the play. And the Raider first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
I see that.
Now they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another count for his favorite target. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 20.
He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. They'll look to pick up the pace.
First down, Raiders.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. There's that man again. Another catch. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
At the Colts' 39-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for the end zone.
Let's go.
That's going to be all in. He's got it. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Oakland. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And not just any touchdown, but, Greg, that is the first touchdown reception of his NFL career.
And Mike, doesn't it just seem like over the last couple years, these class of rookie receivers, they make such an immediate impact, and maybe at some other positions there's some growing pains and maybe a little bit of slower development. But there's something about this wide receiver position. They're young, they're talented, and they've made their presence felt.
Raiders 21, Colts 11.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here's Gould on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Play action now. It's Jones. Right side, that is hauled in by Warren. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
At the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run with Giddens. He'll take this for a couple, but the official signal, he has enough. First down.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Colts.
Let's see what's up with that. Here we go, right here.
Now a play fake.
Oh.
Jones. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down
12.
behind the line.
It's a loss of
Last
2.
play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. He's got it.
Let's go.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
10. Brings up 3rd and 2.
Cougar 19.
Working from the gun, it's Jones. And the defense can't come up with the stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's good for a Colts. First down.
Again, it's Jones. And the rush gets home. He'll
That's what
go
I'm
down.
talking
They
about.
got him.
Max Crosby. It's
A
loss
Pro
of 8.
Bowler 4
Brings up
years
2nd
running.
and
That is
15.
Max Crosby.
At the
He
45-yard
gets
line.
into drop it. It's a loss of 8. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
A 3rd down and 18.
Go. Go.
Shotgun now for Jones. Oh, a man open right side. He's got him. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set
All
up
right, we got to
4th
see
down.
if we can get this.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll go for it. It's Jones.
Let's go.
Incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Gonna give the ball over on down. The Raiders offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Their lead is 10. They go back to work, trying to add to it. It begins with first down. Back to throw here to begin the drop. Going for it all. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
I'm getting taught happy.
He'll look to throw. Open man is Thornton. He's got it. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's third down.
Run right up the gut with Genty. The offense in hurry-up mode, pushing the pace.
47-yard line. A gain of 3. It's fourth down.
You ready to spin? You ready to spin?
They will indeed go as they look to throw. Gets that one complete to his tight end Bowers.
Let's go.
And he is going to have a Raiders first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Raiders.
He'll drop to throw. A ball deep for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it'll lead to a second down.
19, Tiger, 19, Dragon 60.
Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
Brings up third and 6.
That's a short one, caught by Bowers. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. That's taken in. And he's out of bounds here. It's a big pickup at the end here of the third quarter of play. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. They'll look to throw again. That is caught by the tight end. Brock Bowers. Touchdown, Raiders. His 4th TD grab of the season. Now Gay for the extra point. That one is no good, not even close. He missed it wide to the left, and the score remains right where it's at.
I forgot my coffee. That shit was about to be frozen.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Colts offense ready to take over once more. They'll do so with first and 10. His fullback releasing. And he's going to bring it in.
Well, not exactly a highlight reel type play, but in some cases, just checking the ball down to your fullback, picking up some positive yards is the only play that's to be made.
60.
From the gun, it's Jones. Pass right side to Downs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
And the Colts first down.
Jones now on first down. They go right back to Downs. He's got it again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Here's a handoff to Giddens. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Jones on the stop.
Now a 3rd and 2.
No gain on the play. Makes it 3rd and 2.
Knocking 18.
Now Jones.
Let's go.
Nowhere to go.
Nice
He's
catch.
going to be taken down. Max Crosby. He gets in to record his 2nd sack of the game, number 4 on the season. Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. To throw is Jones. He'll look deep here for Burks.
Why is he wide open?
Brought in. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is first touchdown this year. Greg, very big touchdown there, makes it a 10-point game, and now a chance to tighten this down to a 1-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. You have to go for 2 here. You got to get this thing down to 8. But this offense now has given themselves at least a chance to make a run here down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense and Ashton Genty heading back out onto the field here. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. On the ground, it's Genty to start the drive. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Once again, it's Genty. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Raider first down.
Let's go now.
A gain of 13 yards. And an Oakland.
Keep it on the ground with Genty. And he proves tough to bring down. Good running across midfield. A gain of 8 that time.
It's a gain of 9.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
Moving to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 7. And the Raider first down.
Now they'll set up to throw.
Oh.
No chance at all. He'll go down.
A loss of 6 yards.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
Pass caught right side by Thornton. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll try to get this one on the ground. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo.
A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll look to throw. He's got his man, Max Thornton. And he's going to have the Raiders first down. They wind up getting 13 yards on that fourth down conversion.
Oakland, first down. A gain of 13 yards. First down, Raiders.
Flush to his right.
Oh.
A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Trying to get it to his tight end, Brock Bowers. And it'll bring up second down. They'll try to set up the screen to Genty. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
First down. First down, Oakland.
Here's Genty to the 5-yard line. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
Brings up second and goal at the 5-yard line.
Ball right on the 5-yard line, second down and goal. One more time with Genty. And he'll get about halfway there. That's a gain of 2, down to the 2. The Colts will signal for their third and final timeout. We'll talk things over before third down. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got his man. Middle of the end zone. Ashton Genty. Touchdown, Oakland. So that's his second touchdown of this one. And he's got a half dozen for the year. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Here we go with Genty. And this time they stop him short of the goal line.
He got that.
Touchdown a moment ago. No 2-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. Here comes a return from the 3. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones.
A bit of a quick hitter here. What you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
And he'll get past the marker. So he's got a first down on that gain of 5.
A 5-yard gain on the play. That's good for a Colts. First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Go! 70 Timberwolves.
They'll drop to throw. And this one is caught by Pierce. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Pierce. 4 yards on the pickup. Second
Shotgun now for Jones. Got his man. It's Ogletree. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
A gain of 15 yards.
Jones now on first down. Open man downfield. It's Warren. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. Still some hope. Keyword some. No timeouts. They need 2 scores, and it's 1st and 10. Jones to the air again.
What?
That is Bush. What a throw. Touchdown, Colts. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket Let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit. That was their last shot. They've got no timeouts left. Now the offense can just simply come take the field. Best play in football, Mike. Victory formation, take a couple knees, get on with the win.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Dante Thornton. Touchdown, Raiders. That is 3 touchdowns in the game and 4 for the season. Gay to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Raiders will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over once again. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10.
Trap alert!
Throwing, Jones. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
Throwing now is Jones. And this is caught left sideline, but out of bounds, says the official. Incomplete. That ball a little late getting there. That's going to bring up 3rd down. Here's Jones. He's got his man. That's down. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called by the defense. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. This is 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Jones. Catch made there by Burks. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 30-yard line.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Daquan Jones getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down. Back to throw. The pressure gets there again, and again he goes down.
A loss of 9 brings up 4th down.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And he's going to go down. The pressure too much. And that should wrap this one up as they have to give it up on downs.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So this one, a win for the visiting.
It'll be 1-4 now. go. Alright, so home game against the Titans.
They love their football in the East Bay, and the NFL has once again returned to Oakland, California. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Tennessee Titans taking on the Raiders of Oakland. Hi again, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that 2nd win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Titans, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself right now because he's coming off of a strong performance in their team's win last week. And you can just tell, even early in his rookie season, he's starting to get really comfortable out there, and things are starting to fall into place. In fact, in talking to the rival defensive coordinator of the team he's facing this week.
Hold up, I'm going to just put him in X real quick. He's at 77.
He told me this young man's starting to get it.
Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. Looking at Thornton's numbers from last week. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Throwing right when that's complete. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
They'll look to throw here
Got
on
him.
first down. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Martin. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 20 carries, 67 yards, and a touchdown.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Ward from the gun on third down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Remember last time out, they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession. Brock Bowers, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are on the board first here this afternoon. That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is what, 3-1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he'll get this to the 32. You look at this Raiders defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And the easy thought process is that stopping the run is the least of their problems because they're facing the #1 passing team in the NFL. But if they don't stop the run as well, then that just opens up the passing game even more. They've got to do both.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And the Titans
Alert!
down. A gain of 11 on the play.
They fake the handoff. Now Ward. Ertz has it left side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Tennessee.
19 yards. Ready.
Here's Ward. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
14 more yards. That's another Titans
Come on.
down.
Let's go.
A gain of 14. And the Titans.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's go. Stretch the eagle. Stretch. Huh.
To throw, here's Ward. Throw right side, caught by Ridley. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good for a Titans first down.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Brings up second and
throwing is Ward.
Got him.
That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Zach Ertz, the man in motion. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. On fourth down, on is the veteran, Joey Sly, for the Titans field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Sly able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And that is incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 21 yards. And an Oakland first down.
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. The Raiders had a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape prepared for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they're looking at a second down and 9 to go. Back to throw. Mendoza. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Bowers. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's go.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A run straight ahead with Jeanty. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
That's another Raiders first down.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Makes the score Raiders.
So the drive there took 6 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Tennessee offense set to go again. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on first and 10. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Second and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now Ward. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 19 yards.
19 yards there on the catch and run.
First down. A gain of 19 yards.
Ward.
First down, Titans.
They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play. And it'll make this a second and long.
Brought down back at the 38-yard line.
Throwing now, Ward. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. Still staying on his feet. Are you serious? Touchdown, Titans.
There's no way.
Calvin Ridley, 61 yards. And the Titans are back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set to go once more. We take a look at the league leaders in receiving touchdowns out of the backfield. Now, his numbers are superior to the rest of his peers at this point in the season. Mendoza throwing to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to beat him.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. We'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
They're going to try and throw. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, it's Genty. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Once again, it's Genty. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
Back to throw. Mendoza. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mendoza. Touchdown! Dante Thornton. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to add on to that lead.
And remember, partner, that's That's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right, he looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
To throw is Ward. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers for this first half. This defense is going to need to find some way to key in on him because he is eating them up right now. Now Mendoza throwing to start the drive. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Raiders. 61 yards.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
You got to be tired.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Back to throw. Mendoza. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Raiders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gay is on for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Just over 30 seconds to go in the half. They've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some strong running.
Wrap up.
Still moving. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A gain of 15. First down.
Looking to throw. More. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on first down. Finding Ertz again. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's 2nd and inches.
To throw is Ward, operating from the gun. And he's got his man. This is Tate. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Swinging this out for Pollard.
Oh, my God.
And he will score. Touchdown, touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. The returner, Trey Tucker, going to bring this one out. So halftime straight ahead, and that means, well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
They start with the ball.
The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
At their own 30-yard line.
Cougar 19.
Play action. It's Ward. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball on the 39. Here's second down at a yard. A give to Pollard running left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Titans first down.
In motion left Robinson.
First down Titans.
And now a fake there on the jet sweep as they'll give to Pollard. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
2nd and 15. Here's a screen now for Pollard. Fights through him. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 30-yard line. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. This 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here we go. First and 80.
Operating from the gun. Ward. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked.
It's 2nd down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but it's going to go down as a big loss here on the play. So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Ward now working out of the gun. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's made his presence felt in the passing game throughout the season. You look at the NFL's leader in receiving yards by a running back. His name right there at the top. Mendoza now throwing to start the drive. That one's complete out to Michael Mayer. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. Mendoza. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
A 2-yard pickup brings up
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Raiders first down.
They'll look to throw again. That's complete. Genty out of the backfield. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it's 2nd down.
So pick up a 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Up the middle, it's Genty. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. He'll find Genty out of the backfield. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Genty. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain.
Turnover on down.
The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And that will force a turnover on downs. He finds Robinson. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
Pollard will take it up the gut. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now a 3rd and 6.
A 1-yard gain. Brings up 3rd and 6.
To throw, here's Ward. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Tennessee.
Running right, it's Pollard.
Throw.
Touchdown, Titans. Tony Pollard, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Titans are back within a couple of the lead.
The Titans will line up for the 2-point conversion.
The motion man is Tate. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there? 3rd quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe 1st or 2nd, you don't. I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, again, I keep coming back to, I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
All right, Thornton.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they've got the lead here getting late into the 3rd quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mendoza. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good pickup there on 1st as the screen pass gets him 8.
8 yards on the
They're
pickup.
cutting close, y'all.
2nd and 2.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Mendoza. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
He's out of there. Let's go. Game.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He's going to take another shot here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Dante Thornton, 55 yards. And the Raiders use the big play to extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Looking to put a drive together. Throwing is Ward. Locates Ertz going across the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 37.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Pollard again. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Pollard going to try the right side. And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up
from the gun, here's Ward. He's got his man. That's Ertz downfield. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Spears. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Here's Ward. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Tried to blitz that.
Wan'Dale Robinson from 4 yards out. And the Titans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Mendoza's locking Thornton.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. And they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Mendoza. That's to the left side. He's got Bowers. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
17 yards.
You got one.
That's good for Oakland.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Titans are right back in this football game. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. And boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
And here's a give to Spears. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. They'll try and sneak it here. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. So call that no gain on the sneak, and now they're still a yard short here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ward. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Out of the gun to give to Spears. And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
2nd and 12.
Throwing now, Ward. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
What?
Touchdown, Titans.
All right, we got 2 minutes. We're starting again.
Wandale Robinson with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Titans have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
His kick is good.
Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is up to 5. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
Play close. Go ahead.
Looking to put a drive together. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Completes this one to Thornton. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That was for the lead right there. They know they're in a position where fortune favors the brave. So they took their shot, but couldn't connect.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Working downfield, he's got Thornton. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
A gain of 17 yards.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. Here's 1st and 10. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to go for a big play.
Let's go.
And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
49-yard gain.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. They'll look to throw. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here is Cam Ward and the Titans down by a field goal. A little over 80 ticks to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Spears to begin the drive.
Come on.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly.
What?
He's got a man complete. reaches the 33-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Red. 19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Back to throw. And a nice move, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. 2nd and 6 coming up.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. He's got his man. This is Tate. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 18. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. They'll look to throw. Fighting through pressure.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 18-yard line. Here's 2nd and 10. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds.
That's crazy.
So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing to start the drive. Mendoza. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. And here in overtime, a quick reminder, the game no longer ends following an offensive touchdown on the opening drive. Both sides will have the chance to possess the ball unless there's a defensive touchdown. In that case, the game will end right there.
The Titans won the toss. The coin toss. We'll defend right.
So it's the Titans who will control the football first here in overtime as we're back underway. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They have fought hard to reach this point. They've got the ball first. Remember, though, even if they score, it would quiet this crowd, but it doesn't end the game. But a chance to put a solid drive together here and at least get 3 and hopefully for them a touchdown. We'll play only the one overtime here. If time runs out, it'll be a tie as they come up on 2nd down. The Spears with another carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Coming up on a 3rd and 9. Opening drive of overtime as they look to convert.
Oh,
my God. In the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Titans first down. A gain of 21 yards.
Check.
First down, Titans.
To throw is Ward. And the Raiders have got him. Max Crosby in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go, set.
Ward.
Let's go.
Intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off.
That's touchdown. Game.
Down the left sideline. And this is a touchdown. It's not over yet, but they draw first blood here in this overtime. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
Yeah.
So for the Raiders, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year.
2-4. Wait, what? Damn. Alright, well, I'm done with that, y'all.